The sources of the Indian Constitution. The sources of the Indian Constitution are diverse and include both national and international influences. The framers of the Indian Constitution drew inspiration from various sources to create a framework that reflects the values and aspirations of the Indian people. Some of the prominent sources of the Indian Constitution are: Government of India Act, 1935. The Government of India Act, 1935, served as a significant source for the Indian Constitution. It provided the structure and functioning of the government in British India and laid the foundation for several constitutional provisions, including federalism and provincial autonomy. United States Constitution. The framers of the Indian Constitution were inspired by the United States Constitution, especially its fundamental rights, separation of powers, and the idea of a written constitution. British parliamentary system. The Indian Constitution adopted several features from the British parliamentary system, such as parliamentary government, rule of law, legislative procedures, and conventions. French Revolution. The principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which emerged during the French Revolution, also influenced the framers of the Indian Constitution, particularly in shaping the fundamental rights and directive principles. Irish Constitution. The directive principles of state policy in the Indian Constitution drew inspiration from the Irish Constitution's concurrent list, social and economic rights, and the concept of a welfare state. Canadian Constitution. The Indian Constitution incorporated elements from the Canadian Constitution, such as a federal structure with a strong central government, a bicameral legislature, and the appointment of governors by the President. Australian Constitution. The Indian Constitution borrowed the concept of a concurrent list and the idea of a federation with a strong centre from the Australian Constitution. Weimar Constitution of Germany. The principles of emergency provisions, suspension of fundamental rights during emergencies, and the idea of a constitutional amendment procedure were influenced by the Weimar Constitution of Germany. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR. The UDHR, adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948, influenced the inclusion of fundamental rights and human rights provisions in the Indian Constitution. Indian National Movement. The Indian Constitution was also shaped by the ideals and principles of the Indian National Movement, which fought for independence from British colonial rule. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar played crucial roles in shaping the Constitution. It is important to note that while these sources provided inspiration and ideas, the Indian Constitution is a unique document that reflects the specific historical, social, and political context of India. Thank you.